Hello Gemini, welcome to your October astrology and tarot. My name is Jai Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for being here, for subscribing, for hitting the notification bell and giving the video a thumbs up. I have a couple of announcements to go through before we get into the astrology, so bear with me, but there are really cool things that are happening in October, so I have to share them with you. Basically, we have an amazing six-week course starting on October 13th with Jason from Ray of Light Tarot. It is called Finding the Magic Playground. And this is a course that will help you step into understanding how to manifest, having the knowledge base of the world, the planet, the ascension of the planet, the 9 dimensions, you know, how it all works, the law of attraction, how it all works, and how can you use it in your everyday life to really step into more happiness, into more purpose, into, you know, when we think of manifesting, we think, yeah, that's a good thing, you know, bring more abundance into our lives, but we're manifesting all the time and we don't realize it. We really need to shift our focus to really get to where we want to go, to really get to fulfillment in our lives. So we're going to teach you how to do that in this course. I'm really excited about it. Check out the details in the description of the video for sure. My natal astrology chart readings will be available starting October. That's something that I'm just like, oh my God, kind of freaking out about in a good way. I'm very excited about it. But it starts on October 1st. You'll be able to start signing up for those. And it'll all be on my website, channelforgrace.guru. And remember that my Etsy sale is still going on until the end of September through the 30th. So 50% off everything in the Etsy shop. It's called Eagle Star Jewels. There's also a link in the description. Make sure to watch also the October astrological forecast video, because I go into way more detail about all of these major astrological events that I'm going to go through with you right now and tell you how they're affecting you personally in your life, in your houses, especially if you're a Gemini rising, but Gemini rising. So let us kind of get right into it. Not kind of, but like for reals. Just kidding. Okay, so we start the month with 3 major events that are very important. The first one is Pluto's going to go direct, Mercury's going to move into Scorpio, and Mars is going to move into Libra. With Pluto going direct, it's going direct in your 8th house of death, sex, and money. This is transformation. Pluto rules the 8th house. With the Scorpio energy, it rules the 8th house. And because Pluto is going to be direct, this is going to be changes to our external environment. You're going to start to see big shifts in the outside world when it comes to this realm of death and transformation and, you know, money, but money that is like, it's not money that belongs to you. It's money that comes from outside forces, which can literally feel or be like the lottery, or, you know, your inheritance or something like that. So that's what this rules. But it's really more about this like transformative energy that is going to start to awaken with you this month. It's kind of intense. It's a little bit gnarly. Mercury moving into Scorpio is happening in your 6th house of work and the energy of be here now. And Mercury in Scorpio wants to know the truth, wants to dive deep into the depths of knowledge and understand, and the 6th house of your pretty much everyday life, everyday, you know, the things that you do every day, your work, your, you know, being in the present moment. You're going to have this like open eyes and look around you in your everyday life and start to look at things in a different way. Like, what does this mean? Like, why do I do this every day? Like, how is this serving me? You know, I do this every single day. This is like kind of like a pattern of mine, or this is like something, you know, a daily practice. Is this really serving me? Can I find something that serves me better? What schedules do I have for myself? Those kind of things you're going to want to really understand what you're doing and if it's serving you. And Mars moving into Libra in your 5th house of creativity will, your drive and your creativity will be, you know, you'll be kind of driven towards wanting to work with people when it comes to creating things and collaborating with people when it comes to creating things. The Sun will square Saturn on the 7th, and that's going to be the gnarly one. The gnarly one. But the Sun is in Libra in your 5th house of creativity, and Saturn will be in Capricorn in your 8th house of death, sex, and money. So what this means that there's going to be a conflict between your like creative aspect and then this like 8th house of transformation. So that's a tricky one. That's definitely a tricky one. The sun in Libra, right? Like I said, it wants to cooperate. It wants to work together with people. And then there's this like really gnarly, like transformative energy that comes out of it. Now for you, this might actually be a good thing because the 8th house will actually help to transform maybe the way you create in your life. But it will show you something very powerful about how you do bring to life things. And what is your major form of creating, of being in that creative space. On this same day, Mercury will oppose Uranus. Mercury is in your 6th house of Scorpio. And remember, that's your house of your everyday life and work. It's your schedules and, you know, what you do on a daily basis. Opposing Uranus and Taurus in the 12th house of the bliss and the unconscious mind and the divine. So this is actually the 2 houses that I've actually talked a lot about these 2 houses, because when you learn how to be here now and when you understand what being here now on this planet means, you transcend to why you came here in the 12th house, which is a knowledge that is revealed in the 12th house. So you receive that knowledge and you integrate it into physical time, space, reality. And Uranus being in Taurus in your 12th house is asking you to build a new world that connects to all the knowledge, the occult knowledge, the mysteries of the universe, the Pleiadian, the star systems, the Sirian star systems. Like all of this knowledge you have access to it, and you're rebuilding your world by having access to it in your everyday life. That's going to be a powerful transit for you. Venus will move into Scorpio on the 8th, into your 6th house of work, and be here now. So this relationship aspect, again, we get this like, we want to work together with people in our daily lives. Venus is the planet of love and relationship. So your daily life is going to be, painted with this energy of Venus and Scorpio, which, it's going to be really intense. That's what I'm going to say. Intense because Venus and Scorpio can be very passionate, and that's a good thing, and can want to go really deep, and that's a good thing. But it can also, on a negative aspect, be very possessive and very jealous. And those energies don't work well when it comes to relationships. So in your everyday life of work, you might feel this like intensity. And even if you are working, with other people, with your 5th house in Libra and a lot of the planets still being in Libra in your 5th house, and you want to collaborate with people, you're also going to need to kind of be a little more reserved when it comes to your everyday life. So you'll have to find a balance between those 2 things. The full moon in Aries is happening in your 11th house of friends, but also sharing your gift to the world. And the Aries full moon is the beginning of a new lunar cycle. It is a sort of a restart, hitting the restart button, and we get to have at it again. Try, start the process again, start a whole new process again. And for you, this is going to be about how are you sharing yourself with the world? How are you showing up for the world during this time? That's the theme that's going to be coming up for you, Gemini. The new moon in Scorpio. The sun enters Scorpio on the 23rd, and there's a new moon in Scorpio on the 27th, and both of these events are in your 6th house of work and be here now. There's a lot. Okay, so there's a lot going on for you in your everyday life that is going to affect what your everyday life looks like. And it's going to be affected by all of this like Scorpio energy, which makes you want to go in depth, which makes you want to understand at a deeper level, and which makes you want to because it's a new moon in Scorpio, it will make you want to, your intentions will have to be this aspect of how can you renew your everyday schedule and make it so that it works better for you. Set your intentions on what you want your life to look like in the realm of like the mundane, right? How do you want it to look like? And Mercury conjuncts Venus and they trine Chiron on the 30th of the month. And so this energy is happening, Mercury and Scorpio in that 6th house of work. and the everyday life, trining Chiron and Aries in your 11th house of friends and sharing. So you sharing yourself to the world. So this is like the mind and relationships trying, coming together to understand each other. You understanding your relationships at a very deep level, and also like seeing how your relationships in your life, like they show up in sort of like the outside world. Like, how do you show up in the life that you show everybody? That's kind of what this is going to bring up for you. But Chiron in Aries is also helping us to heal the wounded masculine within us, like our ego. It's helping us to heal our like wounded ego. And it's also going to show you a little bit of like more of the mystery of life and how all of that relates to the way that you process things and the way that you relate to other people. So that's pretty much what's happening for you. Make sure that you watch that October video, the astrology forecast, because I go into way more detail about these transits in a more collective sense. And it's important to have both points of view when it comes to that. So let's see what we get for you. First card we get, Knight of Pentacles. That's cool. That's like, career. That's moving in the direction that you really want to go when it comes to career or money, finances, things like that. It's like building a world where you feel safe and secure. I like that. Well, mostly because I'm a Gemini, but I do have a lot of Gemini in my chart. I'm Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Venus in Gemini too, so it's kind of intense. We also get the Temperance card, which tells me that there's going to be a lot of healing this month, a lot of finding balance. But again, this is going to be finding balance in that 6th house of work and the everyday and your schedule. Like, fix your schedule so that you actually feel good about your life. So what you do on the everyday makes you happy. And the moon being here brings up this idea of facing our fears. What are you afraid of? When Pluto goes direct in your 8th house and activates this ability to start transforming your life on an external basis, like, don't be afraid of the change. Don't be afraid of those shifts, because those are very important things that need to happen in order for us to grow. And also pay attention to how you feel during the full moon and the new moon this month. They're going to be really powerful for you. Let's pull one more card for Gemini for this month of October. What's this card? I don't think that's the one that's supposed to come out for you. Okay, that's the one, because that one flew out and it dropped. So let's see. High Priestess. So the High Priestess, again, the moon comes up. Well, these are the Moonchild Tarot cards, but anyways, the moon's in like every card. But the High Priestess is high intuitive abilities, understanding at a deeper level who you are, stepping into your power as well. There's a lot of this sacred, divine, feminine energy that we're like tapping into as Gemini. Doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. There's just, tapping into the source of knowledge, which is happening because of all this Scorpio energy, especially Mercury moving into Scorpio. Like, our mind wants to understand things on a deeper level, wants to know what goes on behind the surface. And so these energies are really active in you, Gemini, this month. This ability to really build a new foundation, to create a new world and create abundance in your life, to find balance in your life, to face your fears and move forward, and basically end up being in your power. Let's pull a card from the Secret Language of Light for Gemini. And let's see what comes up for you guys this month. Sensitivity and the rose. Again, the rose is a symbol of the sacred divine feminine. Like, have you heard that term, the sisterhood of the rose? Those are terms that come with this image of the rose. It's Mary Magdalene, it's Mother Mary, it's, again, the lineage of priestesses. It comes up again. But the sensitivity on this card is very much what I see in this reading. It's like it's the moon. It's the intuition of the high priestess. You know, we're going to be very sensitive this month to what is happening on all levels. All levels. And so when we're able to understand how sensitive we are, and we're able to take care of ourselves and understand ourselves, we are going to be in a way better position. We're going to feel like we're in our power to actually like really face the things that come up for us for this month, and to really understand, why is all this stuff happening in our 6th house of Be Here Now? Is it because we're being asked to transcend towards the 12th house of bliss? Is it because by focusing on our life right here, right now, and bringing the divine into the Be Here Now, we learn to live, you know, a more happy life, more awakened life, more spiritual life? Like these are things that are going to come up for us. And how do we activate our creativity so that we find more awesome ways to like work together with other people? So I hope that this reading resonated with you, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing month of October, and thank you for subscribing, and I will see you guys again next month. Satnam.